This is a Flying Cow production.
Well, hello and welcome to Movie Battles, a Flying Cow production. I am your host, Clay Johnson, the Flying Cow himself, and this is Movie Battles. What is Movie Battles, you ask? Well, Movie Battles is where we take the very best we can find in Disney, Pixar trivia, and we put them head to head. But I am not doing this alone. I have here with me today a very special guest. She is the Switchblade, Rachel Silvestrini. How we doing today, Rachel?
I'm doing just great. How are you doing?
Doing amazing. I have to say, it is great to have you here. You know, my first thought when we got this off the ground is at some point I have to get the Schmodown, the leading expert in Disney from the Schmodown. And of course, that's you. Absolutely.
Well,
I don't care what that
you.
last match said.
That last match was a fluke.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's fine. Everyone has their days off. I didn't have enough pixie dust on hand. I know that's not a euphemism. Things just tend to happen. And also, like, who doesn't want to see a rubber match next season?
I know.
Like, that's going to be so much fun.
I'm saying it needs to be an iron match. All knowledge. Just questions. 30 minutes. Do it.
I'm totally down for that.
Absolutely. But we're not just here to talk about your match in the Schmodown. We are here today for a very special match because this is a rematch of epic proportions. We have today a rematch between the Chartmaster, Hannah Kiefer, and the reigning Disney Pixar Movie Battles champion, Nicki, the Nova Baldwin. It's going to be an exciting one.
I'm expecting magical battles to turn people into all sorts of strange creatures on this one. They are going to be throwing spells and throwing knowledge, and I'm so here for it. There's few things I love better than watching people battle it out with Disney knowledge. It's like the most wholesome bloodbath you could ever watch.
It's true. Pardon the interruption. We just have a short word before we begin the matches. First of all, the format for this game is as well as a few questions. We're all sourced from the Movie Trivia Schmodown. So if you enjoy this, make sure to check them out at theschmodownlive.com and let them know that the cow sent you. Also, don't forget to check out the Flying Cow podcast feed for an assortment of podcasts about movies and television. Check that out on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, and Spotify. And as always, if you want to get in contact with us, you can do so at The Flying Cow Pod on Twitter and Instagram, or you can email us at theflyingcowpod@gmail.com. And if you can't remember that, it's just on the banner right above us. Easy peasy. So without further ado, let's get back to those matches. All right. Well, what do you say we go ahead and introduce today's competitors?
Let's do it.
All right. Introducing first, representing the list makers of the world with a record of 2 wins, 1 defeat, and 1 knockout. She is the 5-point conqueror. She is the Chartmaster, Hannah Kiefer.
Hello. Ready to make this happen today.
How we doing today, Hannah? How you been feeling since the last match?
The last match was so close. So after leaving that, I decided to do some studying. I watched a couple of the movies that I hadn't seen yet. Now, sometimes it all just comes down to the luck of the draw, what categories I get. So who knows? I may land on all the categories I didn't study for, but fingers crossed that some of the studying I did will pay off, and be able to pull this out and triumph this time.
Sounds good. I will say I called you the 5-point conqueror in your introduction because you are still the only person to have correctly answered a 5-point question in movie battles. So how you feeling going into this? You think you got your mojo working?
I think so. I think I think things are fresh in my mind. I'm ready to go. I'm hoping that that some of that luck that I've had in previous battles comes back to me, and that that I can hold on to all the knowledge that I have, and see if my competitor can get all the wins I don't.
Yeah, I will say previously we almost could have changed your name to the guess master, because your guesses have been rather on point, but we will just have to see how you do against your competitor. And her
I'm hoping for my knowledge to carry me through.
Yeah. And her opponent, representing those who burn brightly, with a record of 3 wins, 0 defeats, and 1 knockout. She is a master of round 2. She is the reigning Disney Pixar Movie Battles champion. She is Nicki the Nova Baldwin. My dog's a big fan.
I'm not holding this tightly because I'm scared of losing it for right now. Totally. That's not what's happening at all.
No, of course not.
This is mine.
So how have you been, Nicki? You've got the belt. You won your last match. How you been feeling?
So going into this, because I'm totally not nervous or terrified whatsoever, I figure, in addition to studying, I figured they say that you want to be around the people that you wish to emulate. So I got Mr. Tony Stark and my beloved, more importantly, Ms. Elle Woods. So both very intelligent, talented, and rich doesn't hurt. But so I'm as ready as I'll ever be.
All right. Well, all right, let's go ahead and get into the rules of round number 1. All right, so round number 1. In round number 1, you will receive 8 questions from random categories given to all competitors. Competitors will have 15 seconds to write down their answers. Answers must be said aloud when revealing the response. All questions are worth 1 point. If a competitor gets a perfect round, they will receive a 1-point bonus question. Competitors may request a question to be repeated 3 times throughout the match, so you have 3 repeats. Use them wisely. Each competitor has 1 challenge. If they disagree with a ruling, they can challenge, and if it is upheld, they will keep their challenge. There is no stealing in this round. Are there any questions going into round number 1?
I'm ready to go.
All right.
I am Elle Woods. Not really.
All right. So both competitors ready?
Ready to go.
All right. And Rachel, are you ready?
Absolutely. Let's do this.
Right. Let's do this. I don't know about you, but I feel ready for a movie battle. Here we go. All right. We're starting with question number 1. A very good place to start. In the category of early classics, these are the films of the 30s and early 40s. And your question: in Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, which dwarf has to be ambushed and forced to wash his hands?
Such a great movie. It's one of those that you can still go back to and watch today, and it's just like you watched it the first time when you were a kid.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful film. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, Hannah, we will start with you. What is your response?
I said Grumpy.
Grumpy is correct. All right, and Nicki.
My new pink framed whiteboard has brought me luck. Grumpy.
Grumpy again, correct. So we're tied neck and neck, 1-1 going into question number 2.
All right, question number 2 comes in the realm of the Renaissance, which is mostly the 1990s. What actor of stage and screen provided the voice for adult Simba in 1994's The Lion King? I not only love this movie, but I love the Broadway show version of it. Although I cannot see it anymore because it gets me way too emotional.
Yeah, it's a great one. I saw it in London in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, Nicki.
So, Nicki?
Yeah.
I had to succeed in trivia without really trying. Matthew Broderick.
Ooh, excellent. And Hannah?
And I also said Matthew Broderick.
Perfect.
Very good. All right. So keeping neck and neck, 2-2, going into question number 3 in the category of the dark times. These are the films of the 2000s. So your question is, in Lilo and Stitch, what do the aliens believe is an endangered species which makes Earth a protected planet?
I wonder why they call this era the dark times. They had such great movies released.
You know,
Can I get a repeat on the question?
A repeat?
Yes, please.
Yes. Okay. That is your first repeat. And the question is, in Lilo and Stitch, what do the aliens believe is an endangered species which makes Earth a protected planet? You know, I will say, Rachel, I actually made these names myself. So part of it is because these were films that were very hard for me to get through, but also part of it is that Disney wasn't financially the best during this time. In 5, 4, 3,
didn't prevent them from making great art though.
And 1. All right. So Hannah, we're starting with you.
Didn't help me at all, but I put sunflowers.
All right. That is incorrect. And Nicki.
Is it mosquitoes?
Mosquitoes is correct. So Nicki pulls ahead by 1, 3-2.
All right, going into your 4th question. It's in the realm of Pixar. In Soul, what is the name used by the majority of the conceptual beings which run the afterlife? I love the way that Pixar handles incredibly deep topics in a way that is so obvious for children to process. It's just the best. There's this one.
4, 3, 2, and 1. All right.
Nicki?
They should stop making all the newborn souls so arrogant. The Jerrys.
And Hannah?
Yeah, still haven't seen this one. It was not one of the ones I got to, so I guess Solezio.
Oh.
That's a great guess.
Yeah, I think for last time for 22, she guessed Solina.
Yeah, I want to name them all Soul because that's all the information I have on this movie. Oh.
All right. So Nicki widens her lead by 2 going into question number 5, which is in the realm of the decline and the wilderness, films from the 60s through the 80s. And your question: what is the name of the aspiring songwriter who lives with Pongo at the beginning of 101 Dalmatians? I remember seeing this movie. Was it in theaters when I was a kid? I don't know. They had so many. Oh, we lost Rachel. Hopefully she comes back. All right, in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Hannah.
I said Roger Radcliffe.
All right. And Roger is correct. I didn't even need the full name. Nicki?
Good.
I put Jim because I feel like there's a lot of people named Jim in Disney.
So going into question number 6, Nicki now has a 1-point lead, leading Hannah 4-3.
All right, your 6th question comes in the realm of package films in the 1940s. Which package film was released after Saludos Amigos in 1945? Those 2 years of Spanish paid off, guys.
Yeah, I was about to say, it was very impressive. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And Nicki?
3 Caballeros.
Yes, ma'am. And Hannah?
3 Caballeros.
Excellent. I literally just rewatched that film for the first time in like 25 years, like a month ago. And I was like, I do not remember this at all.
No, yeah, I have to rewatch those questions all the time just to get questions. So, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So going into question number 7, we still, Hannah still trails Nicki by 1, going into the category of classics, the films from the 1950s. And your question: in Lady and the Tramp, what is the name of the Scottish Terrier who is Lady's friend and neighbor?
I love this movie. Anything with dogs.
Oh, yeah, I have a dog, so I'm going to push over for dog stuff. Yeah. In 5, 4,
they draw them
3, 2, 1. All right. So, Hannah, let us start with you.
Said Jock.
Jock is correct. And Nicki?
Ask Jock.
Jock is also correct. So, they are keeping close. Nicki still has a 1-point lead, but we never know what's going to happen in the final question.
It's very true. Last one's always kind of a game changer. All right, your 8th question comes in the realm of CG Revolution, which is the 2010s. In Wreck-It Ralph, what is the name of the candy-based racing game in which most of the story takes place in? I still cannot believe that they got the cast for this movie.
Oh, yeah, I know. It's huge. Yeah, when I saw, yeah. I'm not going to say too many things because you never know what questions are, but yeah. In 5, 4.
But you know who I'm talking about.
2, and 1. All right. Nicki?
All right, yeah.
I got Sugar Rush.
Sugar Rush is correct.
I'm so glad I watched this one in preparation. I got Sugar Rush. And I would not have.
Studying works. All right.
You don't nothing else. What's that?
All right. So at the end of round number 1, Nicki still has a 1-point lead, leading Hannah. Oh, yeah, 1-point lead, leading Hannah 7-6, going into round number 2. But as we know, especially even from these two's history, you never know what's going to happen. In fact, actually, I think Hannah actually does better when she is trailing going into round 2. So you never know what's going to happen here. So
you got to be scared of those hungry competitors. They get a little. It gives them an edge. It gives them a fire. It can come back and bite you a little bit. But then again, going in, you got the confidence of being up and getting to pick. Like,
Yeah, we will have to see how it goes in round number 2. In round number 2, each competitor will spin the wheel. You have 2 opportunities to spin the wheel. If you do not like your first category, you can choose to spin again, unless, of course, you land on opponent's choice, in which case you are stuck with it. But if not, you are stuck with your second category. Competitors will get 4 questions in that category. Questions are worth 2 points apiece. If multiple choice is requested, the value of that question will drop down to 1 point. Competitors will have 15 seconds to answer each question. Opponents may steal if a competitor gives an incorrect response. Repeats and challenges are still in effect for this round. Are there any questions going into round number 2? Going into round number 2, let us bring up the wheel. Now, Nicki, since you are currently in the lead by 1 point, you have the choice. Would you like to spin first, or would you like to defer to Hannah?
I will defer.
You will defer. All right. So Hannah, first of all, can you see the wheel?
Yes, I can.
All right. Then this spin is yours. There it goes. And you have landed on the CG Revolution. These are the films from the 2010s on. Would you like to keep it, or would you like to spin again?
I think I'm going to chance it and spin again.
All right, so we're going to spin again. Whatever Hannah lands on this time, she is stuck with. So let's see what that is. Oh, and she's landed on recent Pixar. So these are the Pixar films from 2010 to present day. So let's just hope there aren't any soul questions in this round.
So excited. I did watch one in preparations. We'll see if any of that helps me.
We will have to see. All right. So give me just a second. All right. So
I do recommend watching Soul like as soon as humanly possible. It's so beautiful.
I intend to. I just have wanted to watch it with my husband, and it hasn't had the time to come up yet when we could.
Yeah.
So I watched all the ones he didn't care about, and then had nothing but soul questions in these matches.
Okay.
This is my third one.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. All right. So moving into round number 2 for Hannah, you'll be asked 4 questions in the category of recent Pixar. And your first question: in the beginning of Finding Dory, what migration does the class go to watch?
Multiple choice, please.
All right. Your choices for that question are: is it A, salmon, B, squid, C, stingray, or D, jellyfish?
I'm going to guess C, stingray.
C, stingray is correct for 1 point. All right.
Okay.
So
it always made me a little sad because Mr. Ray's there and everybody's leaving, and he's like, "I'm here with the kids."
I know.
That's kind of the memory I had.
You've earned it.
All right. So moving into question number 2. In The Good Dinosaur, what does Arlo name the human boy that he finds?
Multiple choice.
All right. Your options there are: is it A, Nash, B, Buck, C, Spot, or D, Butch?
I'm going to say C, Spot.
C, Spot is correct for 1 point.
All great dog names, though. Or pet names.
I
Yeah.
had a dog named Buck.
There you go.
Yep. All right. Yeah, I had a pit bull named Buck. He was a very good dog. All right.
I thought
So
it was not good.
oh.
But I did love him though. I loved him though.
All right. So moving into the penultimate question in this round. In Incredibles 2, who voices Winston Deaver, a superhero fan who wants to bring back superheroes through revamping the public's perception?
I almost know, but not quite. So I'm going multiple choice again.
All right. Those options are, is it A, Will Arnett, B, Dustin Hoffman, C, Bob Odenkirk, or D, Ed Helms?
Yes, I guess I didn't know. I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guess A, Will Arnett.
Will Arnett is incorrect. So, Nicki, you get the chance to steal, and let me read the question. Okay. So, your question for the opportunity to steal. In Incredibles 2, who voices Winston Deaver, a superhero fan who wants to bring back superheroes through revamping the public's perception? Sorry, and your options are, is it A, Will Arnett, B, Dustin Hoffman, C, Bob Odenkirk, or D, Ed Helms?
C, Bob Odenkirk.
Bob Odenkirk is correct for a 1 point steal. All right. So moving on into Hannah's final question in this round. In the film Coco, what relation is Coco to Miguel?
Multiple choice.
Okay. Your options there are, is she A, his grandmother, B, great-grandmother, C, great-great-grandmother, or D, great-aunt?
I was hoping I was not going to get both grandmother and great-grandmother. I'm going to say great-grandmother.
Great-grandmother is correct for 1 point.
Good.
All right. So,
and none of those 4 were the recent Pixar I watched yesterday.
yeah,
No.
Hannah played it very safe. She checked down to multiple choice, but she got 3 out of 4, so that's not bad. So moving into Nicki's round 2, Hannah currently leads 9 to Nicki's 8. So Nicki is looking for a good category in order to establish her lead. All right, so let's go ahead and bring up this wheel.
That was a very good move on Hannah's part, calling for multiple choice, doubling down, narrowing the possible points that Nicki could steal. That was incredibly smart playing.
Yeah,
that was all I could do. I was like, you know what? I just have to keep Nicki from getting as many points as possible and hope that I guessed well.
Like, there's some times where it pays off to swing for the fences because you know they won't get it, but you knew what you were doing. It's really impressive.
I know my strengths and my not.
It helps to know your opponent.
Yeah.
All right, and Nicki's first spin is directors. Nicki, would you like to keep it or would you like to spin again?
I would like to spin again, please.
All right, so here is your second spin. Whatever we land on this time is Nicki's category, and that is the category of Oscars. So Nicki will get 4 questions in the category of Oscars. And Rachel, you got these?
I've got these.
All right.
All right, Nicki, your first question in the category of Oscars. What was the first Disney song to win the Academy Award for Best Song?
When You Wish Upon a Star.
That is correct. Going up 2 points, narrowing the lead down to 1. All right, Nicki, your second question in the realm of Disney Oscars. The Little Mermaid started a winning streak in the Best Original Song category. What was the first film to break that streak, not even receiving a nomination?
Mulan.
That is incorrect. Hannah, the question for a 2-point steal.
The Little Mermaid started a winning streak in the Best Original Song category. What was the first film to break that streak, not even receiving a nomination?
I'm going to say Hunchback of Notre Dame.
The Hunchback of Notre Dame is correct for a 2-point steal. Currently, the score stands at Hannah with 11 points and Nicki with 10.
Nicki, your third question in the realm of Oscars. What was the first Pixar film nominated for Best Picture?
Up.
That is correct for 2 points. And your final question in the realm of Oscars. What was the first Pixar film to win Best Original Song at the Academy Awards?
You just need the film, not the song itself.
Just the film. And 5.
Repeat, please.
4.
Okay.
All right. What was the first Pixar film to win Best Original Song at the Academy Awards? And 5, 4, 3, 2.
Multiple choice.
1. All right. Get it right down to that wire.
Yeah.
All right. Your choices are, is it A, Monsters, Inc., B, Toy Story, C, Cars, or D, Toy Story 2?
Toy Story 2.
That is incorrect. Hannah, for a chance for a 1-point steal. What was the first Pixar film to win Best Original Song at the Academy Awards? Was it A, Monsters, Inc., B, Toy Story, C, Cars 2, or D, Toy Story 2? I'm sorry, Cars, not Cars 2.
I'm going to say Cars.
That is incorrect. The correct answer was Monsters, Inc.
I was thinking, like, I know the first, I'm not going to say my thought process. I forgot that because I forgot Monsters, Inc. did not win Best Animated Picture. That's the whole reason I forgot.
Well, it was no point lost. It was no point stolen. So that's a good thing for you. So going into round 3, I'm really excited.
Yeah, going into round 3, we are currently, Nicki has a 1-point lead, 12-11. All right, so shades of last time here, although Nicki is maintaining that lead, but very narrowly.
That could have gone a lot worse for me.
Absolutely. All right. So let us go ahead and bring up the rules for round number 3. In round number 3, this is also known as the betting round. Since we are in our 5-round structure, the betting round. we will spin the wheel to determine our category. Each competitor will wager between 0 and 3 points. A single question will be asked to both competitors. Whatever you risk, if you get it correct, your points will go up. If you get it wrong, it'll go down. Competitors will have 15 seconds to answer the question. Repeats and challenges are still in effect. You guys clear as to round number 3 in this 5-round structure? All right, then let us go ahead and bring up the wheel. And Nicki chose not to have spinners or opponents on this wheel. So these are all just categories. So we don't have to worry about who's spinning. So here goes the wheel. All right, and the category is villains. Villains. So
some of my favorite characters in Disney. Oh, they just know how to write them.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm recently on an Ursula kick. I don't know what it is, but Ursula is just gets me.
She's not a villain. She's just misunderstood and a very, very good businesswoman.
It's true. It's true. All right. So yes, the category is villains. The category is villains. So you guys think about how many points you want to wager. Go ahead and write it in the chat, but do not press enter. Once you have both done that, are you ready? All right. In 3, 2, 1, enter. All right. So let me enter that wager.
This is big because this can completely change the dynamic of how the game goes.
It really can.
It can very much be a 6-point swing.
Yeah.
Which is massive.
Yeah, absolutely. So your question in the category of villains. In Toy Story 3, what is Lotso said to smell like?
You repeat the question?
I can repeat. All right. So in Toy Story 3, what is Lotso said to smell like? All right. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Nicki, you are in the lead, so let us start with you. How many did you wager? How many points?
1.
All right. And what was your response?
Strawberries.
All right. And Hannah, what about you? How many points did you wager?
I wagered 2.
Okay. And what was your response?
2 was a bad one. I said they said he smells like love.
That is incorrect. The correct answer was strawberries. So Nicki goes up 1 and Hannah goes down by 2. So at the end of round number 3, Nicki now leads 13-9. It is now a 4-point game. Heading into round number 4, the speed round. And with all of our lag issues, this is going to be interesting.
I have faith. I have faith in this round, and I have faith in us.
Absolutely. Well, let me go ahead and at least read you the rules for round number 4, the speed round. All right. So in round number 4, Competitors will receive up to 10 random questions. Each correct answer is worth 1 point. Each incorrect answer will lose 1 point. There will be 60 seconds to answer all questions. Competitors may pass on any question with no penalty. Once all questions have been asked, any past questions will be re-asked for the original point value until time runs out. Questions will continue until that time. Also, there are no repeats or challenges in this round. Are there any questions as to the rules of round number 4?
Nope.
All right. Then Nicki, you are currently in the lead going into round number 4. Would you like to go first, or would you prefer that Hannah goes first?
I would like to defer, please.
You would like to defer. All right. So Hannah, you will be going first in the speed round in round number 4. All right.
All right.
So Hannah, you will have 10 questions in this round. You will not know whether or not you got them correct until the questions have been asked to both you and Nicki. Okay. Do you have any questions?
I don't think so. Just
all right. Your
hoping.
time will not start until I have finished asking the first question. And I'm going to do my best not to fall all over my words. Okay. Don't want to steal your time. All right. Are you ready? All right. What garden item does the fairy godmother turn into Cinderella's coach?
Pumpkin.
What pop star contributed songs to The Lion King?
Elton John.
In Lilo and Stitch, what is the name of Lilo's sister?
Nani.
Who provided the voice of John Smith in Pocahontas?
Mel Gibson.
In what year was Coco released?
Pass.
What is the name of Pinocchio's conscience?
Jiminy Cricket.
What is the name of the white robot that Wall-E falls for?
Eve.
In what U.S. city does The Princess and the Frog take place?
New Orleans.
Who provides the voice of Sully in Monsters, Inc.?
John Goodman.
What is the name of the villain in Tangled?
Mother Gothel.
In what year was Coco released? And time?
2017.
Time is up. All right. So that correct or incorrect did not count. So just like I told her, you will not know whether you got the question right or wrong until you both have had the chance to answer all of these questions. The time will not start until I have finished asking the first question. Are there any questions before we begin?
Nope, I'm ready to go.
All right, then here we go. What garden item does the fairy godmother turn into Cinderella's coach?
A pumpkin.
What pop star contributed songs for The Lion King?
Elton John.
In Lilo and Stitch, what is the name of Lilo's sister?
Nani.
Who provided the voice of John Smith in Pocahontas?
Mel Gibson.
In what year was Coco released?
2017.
What is the name of Pinocchio's conscience?
Jiminy Cricket.
What is the name of the white robot that Wall-E falls for?
Eve.
In what U.S. city does The Princess and the Frog take place?
New Orleans.
Who provides the voice of Sully in Monsters, Inc.?
John Goodman.
What is the name of the main villain in Tangled?
Mother Gothel.
All right, that is the end of your speed round. All right. So.
Well, that was impressive, guys.
It was very good.
Ladies, I should say.
At the end of round number 4, Nicki got all 10 questions correct. Hannah got 9 correct. She passed on number 5. What year was Coco released? That was 2017. All other.
Did my answer for that not come in
run
time
out of
at the end?
time? You had run out of time by the time. Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, the good news is you didn't lose any points from it. You know, but you know, unfortunately, we have to work off of what we have. So moving forward at this point, Nicki currently leads 23 to Hannah's 18. All right. So that means that it is currently a 5-point game in Nicki's favor. All right.
Which is still incredibly close, because the third round is, if we know anything about the third round, anything can happen.
Well,
if I recall, this is exactly what happened in the last match.
This is the exact same deficit that we had the last time going in. So, and, you know, Hannah forced it into sudden death. So you never know what's going to happen here.
We'll see.
But going into the final round, let us go ahead and bring up those rules for round number 5. All right, so in round number 5, the final round in this championship match, competitors will pick 3 numbers from 1 to 20, corresponding to 3 random categories. Each competitor will receive 3 questions. Questions are worth 2, 3, and 5 points respectively. Competitors will have 15 seconds to answer each question. There will be no stealing or multiple choice in this round. Repeats and challenges are still in effect. All right. So for round number 5, going into this round, Nicki, you currently have the lead. So what 3 numbers would you like to choose?
8, 2, and 9.
8, 2, and 9. All right. And Hannah, what about you?
Let's go 11, 17, and 1.
And just to be clear, both of you have 2 repeats and you both have your challenge available.
Great. Let's do this.
All right. So going into this. So Hannah, you are currently down by 5 points. So you are going to need at least your 2 and your 3 to knock it back to Nicki. All right. So in your 2-point question, you chose the number 11. All right. And that corresponds to the category of the Oscars. Your 2-point question in Oscar films. What was the first and only Disney animated feature nominated for Best Picture?
Can you repeat that?
Yep, that is your second one. What was the first and only Disney animated feature nominated for Best Picture?
Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast is correct for 2 points. All right. So then moving right along into your 3rd question, or your 3-point question, you chose number 17, which is the category of the Renaissance. And your 3-point question, to knock it back to Nicki, to make her answer her 2. Who voices Gaston in The Beauty and the Beast?
Richard White.
Richard White is correct for 3 points. All right. So, Nicki,
Make it up for the Pixar when you do these questions.
All right. So, Nicki, coming to you for your 2-pointer. The score currently stands at 23 apiece. All right. So, to break this tie, gain the lead, and send it back to Hannah for her 5-point question. Your 2-point question. You chose number 8. That is the category of movie release dates. Okay. And your question for 2 points.
Did you want me to do Nicki's or?
You feel free if you would like. Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely. All right, Nicki, your 2-pointer, number 8 in the category of movie release dates. The original Lion King premiered in what year?
The year I was born, 1994.
Oh, I'm a full decade older than you. That's fun.
Oh no.
All right,
That
I'm
is
older than both.
correct. That is correct, which means it goes back to Hannah, who has to answer her 5.
Her 5-point.
I can hold up this title.
Yeah.
The 5-point mess.
And she chose number 1, which is in the category of early classics. Early classics for 5 points. Now, just to remind you, if Hannah gets this correct, she will knock it back to Nicki and force her to answer her 3 and her 5-pointer. However, if Hannah misses this, then Nicki will retain her championship. All right. So your question, 5-point question in the realm of early classics, films of the 30s and the 40s. In the film, after being revived by the prince, Snow White kisses each dwarf on the head, with the exception of which dwarf?
Repeat.
All right, your last one. All right. In the film, after being revived by the prince, Snow White kisses each dwarf on the head, with the exception of which dwarf?
I'm going to say Sneezy.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that? I just want to make sure.
Oh, I'm going to say Sneezy.
All right. And your winner, and still Disney Pixar Movie Battles champion, Nicki the Nova Baldwin. The correct answer was Sleepy. So close. That's why I had to ask you to repeat, because I thought you said
it was one of those two, and I didn't know which one.
Yeah, so close.
So
and
bad.
honestly, I mean, I know there was, confusion in the 4th round, but it doesn't matter. Nicki won by 2 points, 25-23. Great match.
What a barn burner, guys. That was exceptional. I'm so impressed. I'm sitting here going, are they going to get it? Do they know? This is so much fun to be on the other side of this and not have to answer these questions.
Right?
Even though in my head I was like writing them down. But you guys are fantastic. Hannah, what a great effort. Nicki, that was incredible in your round 2. You both have nothing to hang your heads about. This was so great. I'm so proud of you both.
It's true. It's
Thank
true.
you so much.
I am going to ask you guys to go ahead and turn your cameras off, and we will bring you back for a full interview. Yeah, you already said it, Rachel. That match was great. I mean, unfortunately there was that question in round 4, but it didn't matter. It came down to that tough 5-pointer, and Hannah's answered tough 5-pointers before. It just wasn't there for her this time. She was so close, but man, that was.
But she had such a great round 1. She had a fantastic She played really, really smart in round 2. The betting round, she, I think she got a little ambitious with villains because everybody loves a good villain, but she had such a good head on her shoulders for it. Speed round was an unfortunate incident, but like you said, it really didn't matter in the end when it came to points, and they both played their hearts out.
They really did. They really did. Well, let us go ahead and bring back someone who was unfortunately on the short end of the stick, but still an amazing competitor today. Hannah, the Chartmaster Hannah Kiefer. Hannah, that was, after, this is a little behind the scenes, but after the last match, you made me wait for a month before even planning the rematch. How are you feeling now? Because you were just so white. How are you feeling now?
I feel like the deck was stacked against me a little bit here. It came down to the luck of the draw. It was such a heavy Pixar match with just my wheel spin and the betting round both relying on Pixar. And I went for 2 on villains because I was like, what are the chances that it's going to be a Pixar villain? There are dozens and dozens and dozens of villains. It's clearly going to be an older one, which I could answer. So it was, if Pixar had not been on the table here.
Yeah, and you were trying to get that lead. I understand why you were pushing it. And honestly, if you had gotten it correct, you actually would have. You would have made it an even tighter game. It just wasn't there, unfortunately. But
there's small risks give small rewards, big risks, big rewards. And I totally respect you going for the 2. I'm so sad that round 2 was the issue with you. Please do not take this as a reason to avoid Pixar. It'd be like, you guys know your answers.
No,
please go watch them. They're so great. And I know because you are such a Disney fan, you'll absolutely love them. Which just means they're going to come back even stronger next match, which people should be scared about.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you're not currently in the title hunt, but a competitor as good as you, it's never far behind. So what are you thinking for your next match? Is there anybody that you might want to challenge? Anybody that's up and coming that you think, I'd like to see where they can go?
I've matched against this person before unofficially, but I would like to go up against Jack again. He and I have both been in the scenario where we've been where we have just fallen short. So I feel like we're both the twice a bridesmaid, never the bride kind of situation here. I think maybe we could see if one of us could duke it out there.
Yeah,
I just got the best image in my head of you 2 in bridesmaids gowns, just like throwing Disney spells at each other. It was really sweet.
Yeah, absolutely. If he wins his next match, whoever that might be against, that might be a good matchup. We'll have to see. But Hannah, I gotta say, thank you so much. This was such a great match. I'm sorry it didn't go your way, but I would not be surprised to see your name on that belt very soon.
Someday all those package films that I watched will come in handy. Someday it'll be useful.
Yeah. You put it on the wheel. You actually requested it to be on the wheel. I put it
on the wheel because I was like, I really hope somebody I was like, I really want this on there because I want to be able to use this. And then nothing. All Pixar.
I'm getting crazy villain vibes just for you doing that.
All right. Well, like I said, Hannah, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for that amazing match. And I am looking forward to your next match.
Absolutely. Got to go rewatch some Pixar films, I guess.
Sounds good. All right. We'll see you. All right. Well, let us go ahead and talk to today's winner, the retaining, defending champion, Nicki. How are you feeling?
To answer the perennial question, it's hard. Yeah, a little bit. a little bit when you go up against someone as insanely knowledgeable as Hannah, because like I said, we like have opposite spectrums of knowledge. Yeah. But in all honesty, like she played amazing. I, full disclosure, would not have known Gaston. And I did honestly, like, to me, I played a little bit sloppy. My thinking for that Monsters Inc. song question was all over the place, and my trying to justify like my answer. So hats off to her, hats off to Hannah though. Like honestly, like this was an amazing match, and I feel very fortunate that the cards fell where they did.
I mean, because you mentioned hey, we have.
Well, hi! I thought I'd check out the competition and who thinks they're going to be fairest of them all.
Oh,
we do.
People. Too many people.
I sense a princess throwdown in the making.
I mean, we
no glass slippers, ladies.
Now that Nicki has defeated Hannah, Amanda is the #1 contender. That match she won against Jack is now for a title shot. So
bring it.
What are we thinking here, ladies?
No. I'm scared again. I'm scared all over again. I thought I could
fight you for it. I may be the fairest, but I can fight.
I mean, I will say from day one, Nicki has named you, Amanda, as a competitor that she has been looking out for. She's been kind of, a little nervous about the prospect of going against you. What do you say, Nicki, to now this match that's going to happen at some point?
Well, I very much admire the pink headphones, but as terrified as I am, it will undoubtedly be another solid match. Just seeing the way that she was going through all of that sudden death, like I'm terrified for a reason.
All right.
Now that I've seen both of you play, I think it's going to be probably one of the best Disney matches I've ever seen. I feel like it's just going to be a back and forth. Like, I don't know if anybody's going to miss a question, honestly. And that's going to be phenomenal.
I think we're going to go into sudden death, and Clay is going to to use every single question. I'm going to start making them up.
It's going to be like, what was the
whole bunch pulled up just in case? I was like, I got this. We're going to keep the skate going as long as we need to.
Absolutely.
What character at this minute mark in the movie in the background was wearing this color outfit? That's what it's going to go down to.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I've got questions like that. Don't worry. I've got them. Well, I have to say, I'm looking forward to this matchup going forward. Nicki, congratulations on your win today, on defending the belt. You are now a reigning defending champion. How you feeling about that?
I feel very accomplished. And who needs a guy that dumps you and goes to Harvard without you to feel vindicated?
I mean, you guys already gave me a few, but predictions for your next match.
She's gonna answer a lot of questions, and I will be lucky if I do as well.
Amanda?
Well, the trash talk in me wants to say you're going down, but I don't know. I think it's really going to be luck of the draw because Nicki's amazing. Right, and so I think it's just going to be I'm going to get lucky, hopefully.
Yes. There will be a Pixar question that I will hopefully be able to answer.
I'll be like, come on, Cars. I know this movie. I know this trilogy.
This is the kindest, most polite, wholesome trash talk I've ever heard.
All right.
It warms my cockle heart.
All right. Well, thank you to both of you ladies. I am looking forward to your title match when it happens in the future. It promises to be quite the spectacle. All right.
I look forward to it myself. I'm also insanely nervous.
I as well. We have a lot in common, so that's good.
Absolutely. All right. We'll see you guys later.
Well, thank y'all so much.
All right. Well, that was crazy.
That did not disappoint
No.
in the least. That was phenomenal. These girls are amazing. I'm so excited to see the upcoming title match between those two because it's going to get brutal. I think someone might actually bring out a glass slipper and break it.
Yeah.
Just to have as a shiv.
Can I just say, I think it's amazing that we have a belt. First person to ever win it. First two people to ever go up for it. Two women. Twice. It didn't take us years to get here.
Yeah, we're not going to touch on that one. I see bait on that hook. I know what's happening.
Oh, but I have to say, Rachel, thank you so much for doing this, for persevering through all of your challenges today.
I'm so sorry for all of the technical issues, but thank you for hanging in there with me. This was so much fun. I will come back anytime you want to do this. There's nothing I love more than reading and answering in my brain Disney trivia questions.
Definitely. I mean, how did you do going? You had the answers in front of you, but
I actually had when I was on my laptop, I had the screen for the Zoom call in front of the answers, and I was playing along in my head. I did very well.
Nice. All right. Well, yeah, definitely looking forward to your next Disney showing.
I thank you. I kind of want to challenge an off the records match between those two girls and me. do a 3-way to like break the ice or study up with both of them. I think it would be so much fun.
Hey, I'm up for it. Yeah, I wouldn't be against putting something like that together. Definitely.
Sounds fun. Yeah. Well, thank you again so much. This was a blast.
Absolutely. Thank you. And thanks everyone for watching. And like I said, we've got some great possible matches coming up. I don't know when they're going to be, but we will be announcing that I'm sure very, very soon. So always remember, moo.
Moo.
Moo.